A lot of people are calling the season 2 Peacemaker finale disappointing, but I don't think that's fair. Because when you look at what really happened, the finale gave us closure, irony, and character growth that actually brought things full circle. So today I want to break down 4 keys that unlock this finale, and I think it'll help us appreciate it on a deeper level. Welcome to The Real Spot. I'm Bobby Foster. Let's dive in. The most important part of a finale is if a story comes full circle. And with Chris, it absolutely did. Just not in the way that fans or Chris himself expected. He started the episode wanting to disappear forever, avoiding his friends and wanting to stay in jail. After he gets bailed out, his plan was to get in his truck and run away for good. But his friends had an intervention and reminded him that when he actually listens to himself, good things do happen.
But when you are truly who you are, Chris Smith, what happens?
Nothing.
You touch people, man. I believe in miracles because of you.
And yet, even after an awesome moment like that, he still ends up in Salvation, a place that gave him the isolation that he wanted all along. It's ironic and it's tragic. And honestly, it shows us that Peacemaker is cursed, like he said.
I'm fucking cursed.
Because every time he gets close to happiness, it gets ripped away. And that's not just bad luck. That's James Gunn doubling down on Chris's tragedy as a character. And honestly, that character arc is just so upsetting. Because we've all gone through those when it rains, it pours moments. And seeing Chris constantly go through them is rough. So yeah, James Gunn, I'm gonna need you to do something different. But while Chris was left broken, someone else got the opposite. A satisfying, earned conclusion. And that brings us to Adebayo. Adebayo's arc was one of the most rewarding of the finale. In an earlier video, I predicted that her security team would end up being extremely important. But I didn't expect it to grow into something even bigger, which is being called Checkmate. And I'm so glad it did because Danielle Brooks was a standout this season, especially in the finale. And I hope this leads to her getting more screen time in whatever show that she ends up in next. But here's why this works. For Ads, achieving her dream meant sacrificing her love life. And that's a harsh reality we all sometimes face. It's a universal truth that sometimes the people we care about most aren't compatible with the future that we want. It hurts, but it's real, and it's just something that's extremely painful. But it's something Adebayo decided to do.
And I know if I have the life that I want, it will kill you.
But as far as Ad's character growth goes, I love seeing the similarities and differences between her and her mom. Waller ran Argus and didn't care about the people involved at all. And it seems like Adebayo will run Checkmate with compassion because that's just who she is. Going from the first season where she was a complete amateur in the space to now owning an organization like that has been awesome to see. It's cool that she wants to take her family's legacy and reclaim it in her own way. But while Ads was moving forward, Harcourt was forced to deal with the opposite, realizing she was stuck in old patterns. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, go ahead and like and subscribe so more videos like this can show up on your feed. Harcourt's story this season was really about control and trust. She got her government job back, but it was not what she was expecting. But she did what she always does. She follows orders. Even when the people were dying around her and the higher ups were laughing about it, she still followed orders. Economos even tried to warn her what was going on, but she just stuck to the job description. I don't think she actually cared what was going on. She had worked so hard to get back into the government to have a job that she was just willing to do whatever, willing to follow Rick Sr.'s orders no matter what. And honestly, that's relatable, isn't it? It's easy to let other people make decisions for us because if things go wrong, we can blame them. But by the end, Harcourt did realize that she needed to trust herself, which was an awesome moment of vulnerability to see from Harcourt because we did not get much of that this whole season.
And we have all been listening to someone else, to Waller, to Flag, to Argus. Fuck them all.
And in that process, she was also finally able to open up to Chris. We also learned what finally happened on the boat. They kissed, and because of that, Harcourt was denying it all season long. She'd been avoiding the situation because of the complex feelings that came with Chris and what he did to her ex-boyfriend, Rick Flag Jr. And Chris had kept going all season long asking Harcourt if that moment actually meant anything to her. And she had never given him an answer until now, which was yes, she said it meant everything to her.
Of course it did. Fucking asshole, it meant everything.
And that vulnerability set the stage for the most important moment of the finale. And that's when the group finally connects with each other. The 11th Street Kids intervention scene to me was the best scene of the finale. On the surface, it was just about pulling Chris out of isolation. But if you look closer, you'll see that every character in this show suffers from being isolated. They all feel alone. And in this one moment, they were able to put their guards down, connect, and heal themselves. And that's not just good storytelling, that's real life. Sometimes until we heal ourselves, we don't allow people to care for us. We don't allow people to love us. And because of that, we end up isolating. But in this moment, the 11th Street kids healed each other and finally found connection. So it wasn't just an intervention for Chris, it was an intervention for the whole entire group. They just didn't know that. But right when they find togetherness, it's ripped away, which leaves one huge question hanging over everything. Now that the group is together, but Chris is forever isolated, what comes next? So let's circle back to that big complaint. Was the finale disappointing? For me, the answer is no. It gave us irony with Chris, closure for Adebayo, growth for Harcourt, and one of the best 11th Street Kid scenes in the show. The problem wasn't the story, it was the expectations. Fans wanted cameos and a major connecting moment to the DCU, but Gunn gave us something smaller, a character-driven episode about growth, connection, and tragedy. But that's why I think this ending is being overlooked. And those are the 4 keys to unlocking this finale. But I want to know what you think. Was this finale disappointing? Or do you think Gunn just gave us something deeper that fans weren't expecting? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love talking about Peacemaker but don't have anyone to talk to about it, go ahead and join the Real Spot Discord. We love talking about shows and would love to have you a part of those conversations. I really enjoyed making all these videos all season long. And until next time, I'll see you.